So this is our DAO as of right now, the restaurant DAO. And what this is doing is if I run this, let's run this again, Java application. This is returning us everything because we have no criteria in here. So we don't have a filter at all. I think the only thing we do is limit it to about 40 rows as of right now. I'm going to go here and look at the messages and look at some of the messages. Look a little weird here. And then this one has class Pojo. I don't like those names. Those are not meaningful names. So let's go to the model and fix that up. So let's go to address and see if it has the word class Mojo. It does. So I'm just going to right click here, source, generate toString, and I'm going to overwrite their toString with the way Eclipse does it and say generate. That way it has the name of the class there. So that was address. Let's close that one. Let's see what date part has. The same thing. Let's do source and generate toStrings. Hit OK. Gives it the name of date part so we know what we're looking at. Last grades. Same thing. Let's do a source. Generate toStrings. Save it. And the last restaurant, the last one restaurant. Let's just verify that's what it's doing. Let's do a source. Generate toString. Let's save it. Let's go back to the driver. Let's right click here and run as Java application. So good, yeah. Message is a little bit more meaningful. Let's see here. Cuisines are nice. Look at that. That's nice. So this reads a lot better than it did before. Now let's go back to the original problem. From the outside world, based on this diagram that we have here, we should be able to put in the ratings and put in a limit. So right now it's hard-coded. From this point of view, this is the client software calling the other software that's going to serve this particular area of code. As of right now, like I said, you can't pass anything to it. So our goal is to make that change to it. So one of the things I want to go back to, let's go back to the restaurant DAO. Let's double click here to get the full screen mode. I need for this method to take in parameters. If you remember, the interface that we're following is iQuery. Okay, iQuery had a couple more methods. So I'm going to, I can right click anywhere, right click and say source, and let's say generate, looking for override. And here I have a find by ID and find by. I want to use the find by to find by rating, find by cuisines. I want to use that for this. So we're going to click on find by, click on OK, and this will overwrite the find by. Now this takes in a key value pair string and object. So for example, I might name this string rating because I'm going after the rating. And then I'll tell it to do something regarding rating. And then I'll pass in the value for rating. So that's the goal, okay, to do something like that. So we'll continue that in the next video to implement this method right here. Let's click on stop.